Hello, my name is Jackie and I am a regular stay-at-home mom of a 3-year-old little boy. And since every child learns differently, I wanted to put out this video just to show you how I taught him how to read. Now I'm going to go over what they'll need to know and how I actually taught him. So first things first is you want to read to your child every day. I know you hear that a lot, but it is true. That's very, very important. I've always read to him. Now, I'm assuming with me reading to him all the time, he was actually interested in reading. He's the one that came to me and said, Mom, I want to read, or Mom, what does that say? He was constantly asking me, what does this say? What does that say? And he came to me and said, Mom, I want to learn how to read. And I'm kind of like, at first I was like, okay, well, when you get older, that was what I would tell him. But he just kept on asking and kept on asking that I was like, let me just try this out. And he's a very quick learner and he picked it up very fast. So first thing I want to tell you is if your child isn't ready to learn how to read, don't force them. You want to make sure that they're ready and they want to learn. First things first is I want you to think about when are they most attentive? Okay, so I want you to think about that. And I'll let you know about with my son. It's probably the same for a lot of children. In the morning. When he wakes up in the morning, his brain is like a sponge. Whether I've had my coffee or not, he's ready to learn. So I know in the morning while he's eating, so either eating breakfast, eating lunch, or a snack, he can be in his high chair or at the table. That's when I have his attention, or after we play outside. Okay, so if you don't know, just kind of watch your child and figure it out. See when they're, I guess, the most calm and when you really have their attention throughout the day. And one thing with learning is children can learn anywhere. I'm going to say that again. Children can learn anywhere. They don't have to be at a desk sitting in a chair. Okay? Leo has learned in his crib when he was younger, on my bed, on the couch, at the kitchen table, in the car, outside, and also in our little school room. Let's get to what your children need to know before you actually teach them how to read, or before they're actually going to learn and really grasp reading. So the first thing they're going to need to know is their ABCs. And you may be thinking, well, Jackie, duh, of course they're going to know their ABCs, have to know that. How are they going to know how to read if they don't even know them? Well, just from experience, I've worked with younger children before, and you will be surprised how many children actually don't know their ABCs. They know the song. They can sing the song 100 times over. But once you actually show them a letter, they may just look at you and be like, I don't know. Or they may actually have to say the alphabet to be like, oh, well, that's A. So I'm going to stress that. They need to know their alphabet mixed up, okay? Not just in order. Because some children not only know the song, but they only know it in order, and they only know the uppercase letter, not the lowercase. How I started off with Leo is we just did one letter. So I'll be like A. This is upper and lowercase a. A is for apple. And I would stick with this letter until he got it. Once I knew, I can show him something and he'll be like, A, he could actually point it out. Then I moved to the next letter. Okay, I actually taught him in order. There's another way you can teach them as well that I'll go over. So then once he knew B, I brought A back. And I'd be like, so what letter is this? And I would have him tell me, and have him tell me this one. And then I would point and say, which one is B? And he would, if he pointed to the right one, I knew he really knew this one, Then we would focus on C. And you just want to constantly do that. Once they know this letter, constantly bring the old letters back and mix them up. Make sure they really, really know them. Repetition is key. You probably know that because your child can watch the same cartoon over and over and they love it and they may learn something from it. And it's the same with just learning the alphabet. And then when you bring in another letter, okay, some letters took him longer to learn than others, especially if they looked a lot different. So just stick with this letter. Don't try to rush, just get through the alphabet. Some letters he learned in a day or two. Other letters we would have to spend maybe a week or two on a letter just until he really got it. But no matter what, I always brought the other letters back and constantly brought him back, had him say the letters so I knew he knew them, and I would have him point to the letter. You don't want to teach your child in order. I would suggest you stick to the first letters you teach them. Stick to the ones where the upper and lowercase letters look exactly alike. So let's just say if your child knows the song and you've tested them and they've missed quite a bit of letters, they don't know them out of order, then you're like, okay, well, they know some and then some they don't. So I would just start with letters that look exactly the same, both the upper and lowercase, and then go to the letters that look a lot different, okay? Now, games are always a good idea. Games, puzzles. He would love this puzzle. He would do this one sometimes in the morning while I was fixing his breakfast. Of course, books, and there's toys, little things like this, and there's even apps as well. I know all of this shows upper and lowercase, okay? But a lot of children's toys, if you haven't noticed, only show the capital letter. A lot of children's toys, they don't show the upper and lowercase. So once your child knows the alphabet, you want to focus on only lowercase letters, okay? I cannot stress this enough because yes, now they know the song and they know a lot of the letters out of order, but they only know the lowercase because they see the uppercase with it. And these flashcards I got, I believe, at Target, and I love them because they have the lowercase letters that look different, separate. So you want to make sure they know the lowercase letters. Do the same thing that you did with the uppercase. Focus on a letter, and you can even show them what the letter is in uppercase just so they can kind of put it together. Once you know that they know this one really well, then you want to bring in another letter just like before. Don't believe me about the lowercase letters, how important this is. Open up a book. When you open up a book, the majority of the words are lowercase because anything you read besides the first letter or a name or a month or whatever letters need to be capitalized, the rest are lowercase. So this is why it's so important to stress and make sure that they also know their lowercase letters. Once I knew he knew that, I would focus on letter sounds. So for example, now you're doing such a great job. You know your uppercase, your lowercase letters. Now, did you know, just like, let's just say, animals, letters also have sounds? Did you know that? And you can just make it fun, and they'll be like, well, say, what sound does a dog make? And they may be like, ruff, ruff, ruff. Okay, then you can introduce, we're going to do letter sounds. So every letter also has a sound with it. So what letter is this? They'd say T, because by now they should know the letters like the back of their hand, right? Now, T makes the t sound. Can you say that? Let me hear you say it. And he'll be like, t, t, and make it fun and be engaging with, your child, and they'll love it. So let's just say once they know, let's just say t and say which letter makes the sound. And then have them make sure they pick the right one. All right, now you want to do the same thing just like before. Bring the old letter sounds back. Now this part, your child may get a lot quicker because they are already going to know their alphabet. So this part for Leo came a lot quicker, and sometimes there are things on YouTube, little shows that they can watch that already also let's say the letter with the lowercase and the letter sound. So this part he picked up a lot quicker. Okay, so this is what I want you to focus on now. Figure out what time during the day you have your child's attention, where they're going to pay the most attention to you. And even with that, you also have to think about they're only going to learn in small little increments, so like maybe 10 or 15 minutes at a time. And a lot of times, even if you think they're not listening, they are. So I want you to figure that out. See where they are in the alphabet. Make sure they not only just know the song, but also the alphabet out of order. Make sure they know the lowercase letters also out of order, and work on the letter sounds. Once they know that, you can click on the next video. I'll have it linked down below, and we will go into letter combining and sight words, how I taught Leo that. So I hope you find this helpful. You can like this video. That'll really help my channel. I appreciate that, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.